Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Trusted Gem. God is Quita, or you can call me Quita. Either one would do. I answer to both. Please like, share, subscribe, donate, all that good jazz. If you want to book a reading with me, you're more than welcome to. Uh, Sorry if you heard some noise. It was my computer. But I have my reading over here, so I can look at you guys and talk to you guys. Setup is kind of different today. Setup probably gonna be kind of different for each time I do it until I get the look or whatever's comfortable and looks great for you guys. But somebody's sending you the evil eye. They're very jealous. Spirit want you to stay on the leafy greens because they keep wanting to mess with your lymphatic system. I have my chlorophyll water. I haven't even started to drink it yet, but today I will be because somebody's love bombing you. They stay love bombing you. Somebody is strong-willed and wasteful, quiet manipulators love bombing. So I feel like you have quiet manipulators in your aura that loves to love bomb you. They're strong, very strong-willed with this. So that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And they put monitoring spirits in your aura to monitor your bills, if you're rich yet, if you're going to stay or go. Because someone is doing spells for you to move. I picked up on that like 2 weeks ago that someone's doing spells on me for me to move, and I already know who she is. Wants me to move to Texas, and I don't know why she wants me to move to Texas, but that's not happening. She's manifesting for me to move to Texas, and she keep monitoring. She put monitoring spirits and people in my aura to monitor bills and stuff and to see if I'm rich yet. Some of the Christ consciousness, you always been supposed to be rich and being supposed to have wealth and stuff like that. So they're keeping close eye on our bills, on how rich we are, how much money we got, when we're going to be rich, on our finances. Because the more money you have, it's easier to move around. You got more freedom, more time, and they don't like that. This is a powerful evil eye spell because of jealousy. Very powerful. Somebody keep manifesting for someone to go to a park. I just want someone to go to a park. It's weird. Okay, let me see what spirit. Holy Spirit. Clarify this love bombing. Clarify this love bombing, Holy Spirit. Clarify this love bombing for me. Clarify this love bombing. Yeah, it's going to be somebody offering you love offers, and they're going to be love bombing you. They're going to be love bombing you. I have Cardi B. Why Cardi B is out here, Holy Spirit? Why does Cardi B card is out here, Holy Spirit? Why is Cardi B? A rebirth with what? They're rebirthing the situation. They're trying to decide which way they want to go. Okay, so you had a rebirth and maybe reactivated your higher self. Cardi B could have reactivated her higher self, but it's all a facade. She did not. She's not connected to her higher self, so that's a lie. They're gonna want people to believe that she's healed and whole, and to her self. I don't know why that's coming up, but that is. Why is this Beelzebub card here, Holy Spirit? Clarify this Beelzebub card. Beelzebub card. They're trying to show you something. Spirit guides are trying to show you something. They're trying to show you something. It's some kind of confusion or illusion. They're trying to assist you with some kind of confusion or illusion with something. Okay, somebody is using control tactics on you and you are not picking up on it. It's a person. My Jekyll and Hyde card fell in a control tactics. Okay, they're controlling you with your they're trying to control your third eye for what you see, what you don't see. They're trying to control what you don't know or do know. What whose ego is toxic? I got ego toxic. Whose ego is toxic? Holy Spirit, what's this toxic ego card? Somebody got a new somebody is very much in their ego, in a toxic ego. Let's see. Okay, they're trying to say you're in your ego because everything is working out for you. They're trying to say you're toxic, and it's not that. It's just that you're in alignment. These are the cards that came out: harmony, flow, spark. I'm sorry, that's renewal, spark, and this is harmony, flow, stability, and self-love, creation, and intention. So basically, you're in alignment with the universe, and they're trying to say you're in your ego. You're toxic. You're being overconfident, and it's not that. When the Holy Spirit gasses you, and it's not even gas, they just be loving you until you can actually embody the energy that you need to embody to create the desires of your heart. And so these people think you're toxic in your ego, and I'm not. It be the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit worked through everybody energies, and it depends on what you went through, your healing journey, how you healed, and all those different factors, and how that the Holy Spirit comes across you, how yourself comes across to people. And mine may come out a little cocky, and I notice the people who have the most humbly that like soft. I was soft spoken, shy, and very, just to myself, and never thought out loud. And now that I'm out loud and I'm showing what's in the inside of me, now they saying I'm egotistic. Now, and it's not that. It's just that a lot of quiet people, when they heal and spirit wants them to be loud, and higher self wants them to be loud and just outspoken or expressive about themselves, people take it as cocky or ego is toxic, but that's not the case. It's not that my ego is toxic. It's just that I'm healthy. This is what healthy and whole Quita look like. This is what I look like, healthy and whole. I talk my snit, and I can talk it. I can do it professionally. I can do it creatively, or I can do it, get aggressively. It does, like, whatever I feel that I need to, how I need to convey the message, then I will. I will walk in that energy, because why? Baby, I did the work in order to flow through my energies at will. And that's the whole point of being Christ consciousness and have the 13 keys, because you're healthy and whole. And while you're healthy and whole, and when you're not, the Holy Spirit will redirect you to how to heal. But when you're healthy and whole, the gag is you're not limited anymore. Most of the time when you are mentally ill, you're very limited. You limit yourself, you limit God in your life, you limit the miracles. And now that I'm outspoken and I speak things to existence, I can be bold with mine, I can stand on my, I can pop, do all that. My ego toxic. But it wasn't toxic when my ego wasn't toxic when you was doing all your spell work on my lymphatic system, when you was hurting me and doing all this other stuff, and y'all was just talking and being all, oh, she this and she that. But now that I'm feeling myself, you want to say my ego is toxic, but that's not the case. Spirit wants you to cook food. Do not be tempted to go out. I did go out and get my kids a burger today, just because I wanted to walk, and I want to have a reason to walk, because I wanted to jumpstart my lymphatic system. But I did eat a piece of my daughter's burger, but my son ate his. I ate burgers the other day. I don't really try to eat stuff like that. Not out, but making them at home. Because you can make them how you want to. And I had one the other day, baby. That burger was hitting. And then I put all kind of, dressings on there. The raw peppers and onions and stuff, and the lettuce and spinach. And then I made it the mac sauce. And because I'm trying to keep, these leafy greens in my diet, and raw fruits and vegetables. And I've been doing that. And I had a burger. I don't eat a lot, so like when I do eat, I eat a big meal probably in the middle of the day, and I would probably just drink. I drink most of the time, so I drink my water and I drink some fruit smoothies or something for the rest of the day. That's typically how I operate. But Spirit, what are these quiet manipulators doing? These quiet manipulators are jealous, and the quiet manipulators are the ones that's using the monitoring spirits to monitor to you. They're trying to manipulate your bills, your money by That's why they're monitoring you so they can use control tactics of your bills, your money, and when you're gonna get paid, when you're gonna what you're gonna spend your money on. They try. I'm sorry, my card fell. They try to control all this. Spirit said they want you to release and purge these people, not surrender to them, just surrender to divine and purge your spirit of all that. Yep, because look, that is a third wheel. That quiet manipulator is a third wheel. Yep, and they're because they were under confusion and illusions. Now they're trying to put you under confusions and illusions. So let me see. What's the sun zodiac sign of the person or the people that's quiet manipulators? Because I got 3 people in this card. Could be 3 or more people. What's the sun zodiac sign of these quiet manipulators? Please give me one card at a time. We have Aquarius. It's a fly. Aquarius. Spirit, what's the sun zodiac sign of these quiet manipulators? Sun zodiac sign of these quiet. We have Leo. What's the sun zodiac sign of these quiet manipulators, spirits? Yeah, it's I just have the Page of Swords, and it's just giving me she's heavily watching. It's only she's a third wheel in your aura, in the connection with the divine and your kingdom spouse. That's what I'm getting, or with your significant other. She's the third wheel. She needs to be gone. It's this Leo woman. She put monitoring spirits to monitor your bills, your rich, when you're gonna get rich, if you're gonna stay rich. Like, they know these tarot readings don't really give off the energy of what you're gonna, because they can't, your future can't be told the way they think that it can be told. They can't pick up on it, and then they get blindsided when you do certain things. So they're trying to keep a heavy eye on you because they don't know the tarot readings is not matching the reality that you're living. So yeah, just be aware of that. Is this Leo person, this sun Leo person, is he or she trying to cause confusions and illusions in my viewers' life, my Christ conscious people's life? No, they're confused. Okay, I thought so. So they're under confusions and illusions. So that's why they have to put the monitoring spirits in your aura. Like I said, they're card readers or whatever they're not getting, because you understand, Satan people are not divine. They have to use tactics and different things of that nature in order to keep an eye on the true divine people, the true people with the true gifts of God. If they can't cipher from their aura, they will go to this extent of or after they're done ciphering your aura, to see what you do to build yourself back up, and they'll try to do these things. But a lot of times it won't work because they don't really believe in themselves, so it won't work. So they gotta, like, why it's not working for me? Sir, ma'am, you have to embody the energies that you're trying to put out, that you're trying to fake. You can't fake it. You have to actually embody it. That's why you have to steal it, because you can't fake it. They gotta steal it because they can't fake it. They gotta steal it because they can't fake it. I mean, they can't create it. They got to steal it because they can't. Yeah, they can't fake it. I said it right. Okay, well, they got to steal it because they can't fake it. So they got to steal it. They can't pretend like they have it. They got to actually embody it. So they have to steal it. I said it right. Mm-hmm. Okay, Spirit, what's the sun zodiac sign of the person that they want to love bomb someone? What's the sun zodiac sign of the person or people? It could be a Scorpio. Yeah, my ex-husband trying to come back. It could be an Aries or this is my Aries, fire and earth, a fire sign, earth sign. So this King of Pentacles could be love bombing you. It's a King of Pentacles. A Gemini. Okay, they want people from your past to come back love bombing you. No, thank you. When I seen the request from his parents and then from himself and then his niece, I was just like, out of all these years, when I was trying to create and just become a better person. You never supported me. Now all of a sudden, it's like, let me hit your line. You've been watching me online for all this time, and now all of a sudden it's like, let me friend request you. Nah, I'm good. No, that's a no for me. I don't go and indulge in old connections to bring up old feelings, especially if I'm trying to move forward. And with my ex husband, whole, that whole relationship was a big. It determined a lot. It was a lot of trauma, and it determined a lot of who I am now. Of the reason why I had to heal wasn't just from childhood issues and wounds. A lot had to do when it came to relationships. I'm talking about strictly romantic relationships and like family dynamic relationships. It came from that particular relationship because he was the second guy I ever was with, the one that I married. He was like the second person I was ever with. And it determined a lot, and it just, taking custody of my child and just lying, all that stuff really traumatized me, and I was in a shock state of living for a long time, for a very long time. I was in that shock, and I had to revamp myself and because I was mentally that it took a lot out of me and draining, and then it was just a whole lot. When I would say this, a married couple that's toxic is worse than a single parent that's raising their child right. A married couple that's toxic is way more harmful than a single parent raising their children on their own, or a co-parenting situation, a healthy co-parenting situation, because of them staying together. It makes the child believes that they should put up with abuse and with cheating and not going to counseling, and it was just a whole lot of going on in that situation that I had to heal from that dynamic. So I would never go back. I used to love him. Like I got love because he was my first technical love. But I just don't see myself like, oh, let me be with you. Oh, let me rekindle something. Rekindle what? Boy, bye. Go sit down. You better go. He got a whole nother wife. Like I'm the ex-wife. He I don't know if he divorced her or whatever. I don't keep up with him. But he has a whole nother wife. Don't come back to me thinking we good, because we good, but we ain't that type of good where I want to be like, oh, he my first love. Let me just, by golly gee, let's go back. No. And I understand old people get older and grow, but I grew away from that. Every time I would look at him, I would think about the liar that he is, and how he had my child taken away, and how he, even though we were separated at the time, how we were married, and he wouldn't have talked to me, and it was crazy because his only parents can manipulate their child to that extent. And so it would never go anywhere with me, because I learned that lesson. I don't need to go back and learn and rekindle nothing with that particular relationship, simply because that gentleman and his parents had some issues that right off the bat you wouldn't think, because they married, they've been together, they know each other, and they hide them. Married people and families, people that have that dynamic, a lot of them hide a lot of issues. I don't got time for that. So these are the quiet manipulators that's trying to get you back with an ex-husband, people from your past, and so that they can love bomb you, so that they can basically waste your time, waste your resources and effort, basically so they can monitor your bills and your wealth through these people. 1919. This person wants you to stay with them. They want you to stay with this person. They want you to go back to this person. I've been divorced for almost 10 years now, going on 10. No, thank you. Not going back. And then he couldn't stop cheating for the life of him. And then like, you didn't do anything wrong. okay, so why are you cheating? So a lot of times cheating don't have you can have the most successful, most beautiful, most wealthiest, or great cook, whatever you were great at in that relationship, probably so many different things. It don't matter if that person is broken, then they're not gonna treat you accordingly. And I learned that through that relationship. I learned no matter how good you are to a man, no matter if you are married to him, if he is not all the way grown and fully attached away from his parents, if he don't know the Bible's laws that a husband must cling to his wife and create their own, it will never work. You will always be cheated on, abused, because what he is doing is recycling his trauma from his parents' relationship, what he watched. In the subconscious, it's not all the time conscious. It's in the subconscious, and he's going to project that onto you. And that's what I told him when I was in a relationship. I said, you're going to end up doing me just like your dad did your mother. And the thing about me is, I will leave you before I let that happen. And he tried. It was some things that he did, but I left him before he could do that to me. Oh, well, he could tell you he was already cheating. He did part of it, but give me HIV. No, he didn't do the rest. So I'm so happy about that. So moving forward, I don't know if he have HIV or whatever. I'm just saying that whole dynamic that was going on with his parents is crazy, and I just didn't want a part of it. And I seen it before it was happening. I'm like, oh, because where I met him was in Kentucky. We was in Job Corps, and so I didn't get to see the family dynamic. And it was like, oh, they were ready to meet me, and then I had ended up pregnant with his first child, and it was my first child. So it was a whole lot at stake there, and he actually was a reason why, because we used protection. I was very big on that back then. I still am. I was very big on that, and then he ended up putting a hole in the condom because he wanted a kid, and I didn't want a kid. He know that, and I was trying to go to college. I had did everything I was supposed to do in Job Corps. I got my GED, my license, my CNA license, my driving license. Like, I was the academic ed. Like, they loved me, and he ended up getting me pregnant, and I was pissed because they had offered me a full scholarship to Kentucky University. They was like, Shaquita, you're doing so good if you could just not get pregnant. And what I end up, freaking pregnant. Don't get me wrong. Love my daughter. I don't regret her, but I do regret being manipulated into having a child that I wasn't quite ready for at that point. I was trying to better myself, and he hindered that, and then took me down his rabbit hole with his family. And for that, I'ma say no. I would never go back to a situation or want somebody, oh, you do this. There was never an apology. I mean, he did apologize. He was crying. He was saying he was sorry. At the time, he did apologize. He's not like a narcissist. He doesn't. He just have mommy and daddy wound issues. He's not a narcissist. He doesn't have a personality disorder. But he just couldn't stop cheating. He couldn't stop being, we was young. I was what, he's like 3 months older than me. I was 21, 20 at the time. He was 20, 21. We was just 3 months older than me. So that whole dynamic with him and I was very traumatizing, because I really thought I was going to be with him for my rest of my life. And when I asked him, can he stop cheating on me, he could not give me that. He could not tell me he was going to stop. So I left. And then I caught him like flirting with my best friend. Like, or not even my best friend, one of my friends. My best friend came and told me that my other friend and him were flirting. So, and he did it so bad. Like, it's not like he meant to disrespect me. I was standing right there. So I had to leave. And then he begged me not to go, but I had to leave him. He clearly couldn't keep it in his pants when he got home. When we was in Job Corps, there was this instance where they said this and that. It was a he say she say with him and that. So I forgave that, But when I got back to Florida with him, oh my God, no. And then his father was a huge liar. His sister, I feel like because she was, that was their family. They was family. They stuck together, and I get it. I get it, because she was very verbal. Like, don't do this, don't do that. That's the baby. The baby don't have nothing. The baby is his too, and this and that. They was his father were, well, his mother wasn't mad, but his father was livid that me and his son had got married. And then he had this outburst like, "Oh my God, you remind me of this woman that cheated on me." But, mind you, I'm 20 something. This man is like, what, 40, 50 years old? Like, my G, like, I can never be her. And then I think it was my mother. I found out that it was my mother that he dated. Something to that effect. And I'm just like, well, if you knew my mother back in the day, everybody knew my mom. Like, my brother dad was in jail for taking a bid for her, basically for my mom. He was in jail for my mom. And so my mom was a thug. Like, my mom was in the streets, okay? I ain't even gonna hold you. My mom was in the streets. And I love my mom. My mom was beautiful. She was never abusive to me. My mom was very loving, but she didn't play games. And she was about her business, about her paper, about her kids, and about my brother's dad. His name is James. My mom loved him dearly, and she put no man above him. And if he said he want to come back to her, or he said they made a pact when he come out of prison that they were going to be together. So I had no control over that. At that time, I was just an innocent child. I was a bystander. And now I'm grown. My mom died, unfortunately. Her boyfriend at the time killed her when I was 10 years old. Sir, do you know my story? I had no control over that, and that's what the daughter kept saying. Like, she not her. Maybe that's her daughter, but she's not her. Clearly, my brother is messed up about. Like, it was a big argument, and it was just crazy, and it was just a bunch of drama, and I'm not willing to go back to that. He couldn't keep it in his pants. He couldn't be honest. Well, he was very honest to me. If I called him something and I said, "Well, what's this?" and I asked him, he was honest about it. He felt bad, but it was done. It was done. It was done. The deed was done, and he couldn't promise me that he was gonna keep it in his pants. And then he was willing to go to therapy, but after the prostitute and him spending money on her and that prostitute's child, I was just like, I am so too. That was money we were supposed to save up for a house. I was just through. I was just done. I was cooked at that time. I was just done. And then I was very young. He was only the second guy second guy I was with, and it was really. Well, he was the third person sexually I was with, but he was my first love, and he was the only real relationship that I had to live in a house with a family dynamic and stuff like that. And so it really traumatized me. That's why I don't like living with people. It's crazy because me and his mother got along so well. Like, I'm such an old soul. She would listen to Anthony Hamilton. She was like, "Oh, Quitty, you listen to Anthony Hamilton?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "You like this?" She said, "Yeah, I like that song." And we would just sit down and have us a little cool-let vibe out. It was the dad that had the issue, not the mom. And it was just crazy. I think she got kind of upset that I divorced. And they was kind of mad because I separated myself. I went to a shelter. I did not want to live with them anymore. I don't care. It was just too much. He could cheat on me, and they thought it was funny. And then when I go out and drive the car or whatever that me and his name was on, now mind you, I'm his wife, they think I'm cheating back. But I was never. People was at the grocery store. Like, I'll go to the grocery store, I just get my baby, go to the grocery store just to get away from them. And I mean, they was at me. This guy said, "Man, leave him right now. I already know who you dating." Like, I said, "No, I'm married to him." He was like, "I don't care. Leave him right now. I got a stack. I got a house. I'll put you in." He said, "I give you the stack right now, the cell phone." He said, "Just take the stack and the cell phone and just let me know you gonna call me." And I was like, "I can't do that. I'm married." Okay. And that wasn't the only incident. It was so many incidents of where men, and they were drug dealers. Men wanted to wife me. It was like, if I had a girl like you, I would not run the streets like I do. Like, I can tell you are a good woman. And I'm like, no, I'm married. No, I'm with him. No, I'm married. And every which way I went, it was so many men that was willing and knew of me. I don't know why they knew of me. But they knew of me. Because I stayed in the house and I worked and I took care of my baby. That's what I did. And they knew of me, and they every chance they saw me, they come on like, I already know. Da, 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 da. I think because they knew my mama. 386 like, yeah, they knew my mama. So I think that's what the thing was. And I come from a small town. I was born in Gainesville. I was raised in a small town, and my mama was. My mama was well liked by a lot of people, and some people didn't like her, but a lot of people loved my mom, and she was in the streets. So they knew. I think that's why they knew of me. And they was like, I already know, like, you a good woman. Da, 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 da. I already know who your parents are. Da, 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 da. Like, so much. It was like, see, he got you pumping gas. He should have done that. That gas to the pump. When he got off work, he should. I don't care how tired he was. He should have pumped that gas. And you got the baby too, and you married him. He should have made sure that that you and that baby had gas in that car. That you wasn't up here putting $10 in the tank. You should have been filling up this tank. They was I'm trying to tell you they was at me, and I was like, no, I'm married. No, I'm with him. I am just a loyal person at heart. That's just who I am. I don't regret it. But it's like, dang, like where y'all was when and I just like, God, this was meant to happen this way. It was to teach me a lesson, so I had to learn these lessons, and I did. And that's why I will never go back. I don't care how much your friend requests me, want to talk to me, because when I wanted to talk to my daughter, they withheld me consent from speaking with her, or they'll tell her bad things about me, and she started to hate me, and that was just it. So I just don't have much to say. I forgive them. It's not even, I kind of feel like I want to cry, but it's not even worth it at this point to even revisit the situation, simply because now that I am doing great, you want to spin a block. No sir, no ma'am, you can't spin a block on me. You can't spin a block. And if you do spin a block, it's gonna have to be God say, I want, this is my will for this person to come back in your life. And I have to get clear, decisiveness that God want that person back in my life. But other than that, I can be by myself. If it ain't my twin, I want it. If you ain't my twin or my kingdom, you ain't my twin, my kingdom spouse, or how can I put it? It's another soulmate relationship that I am interested in. But I done been with somebody like that, but those relationships are pretty dull though. But they are, they're you won't be lonely, or you can have somebody to talk to. I'd rather be lonely than not have magic in my life. Not have somebody that made me like, ooh, like when I get mad, or if we in an argument, he be like, ooh, I can't stand you right now, but if you want something to eat, I can't stand you right now, but I'm finna go, so you want something? I want that type of relationship. Ooh, I can't, right now I don't like what you said to me, but I'm finna go to the store, you want something? Or we go to the store, I'm finna go to the store, I'll be right back. Bring me something back, or that type of relationship. It's not all about the gift, it's about the thought, like I thought about you. And cause that's how I was when I would, my ex-husband know, when I would go shopping, I would think about him first, and this and that. I know he smoked, do this, do that. And he know just how, like, I maneuver myself. And he was like, oh, you're just so thoughtful. And I'm a very thoughtful person, because, like, what are we doing if we're not thinking of each other? Who am I supposed to be thinking of? Sir, ma'am, them, they, those. Like, who? Like, these people are incredulous. Why I want to use that word? No, I'm not going to use that word. These people are really diverse in how relationships go. And I only way I'm diverse when it makes sense, when you're striving and actively, trying to love the person that you're in a relationship properly. If you're not doing that, I'm just not on that frequency. Like, I used to, when I was unhealed in certain areas, I got certain things. I would get, I would, resonate with certain things. But right now, I don't resonate with any of that, because I've been through too much. So I resonate with someone loving me properly. I'm loving that person properly. and not for money, not for fame, not for fortune, not for any of that, but we're doing the best we can as human beings to provide for our children, our families, and to keep being an inspiration to others. I strive for those things, and if if I can't talk, if when you leave me, I'm not like, see me, I'm not the type of person like, oh, I love you, baby. Da, 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 da. I'm the type of person, look, I bought you this. I'm the type of person like, okay. I'm the type of person like that. Like, it's not me. It's not much in much of the words. It's more in my actions, and you'll know. And then, cause he was like, "Oh, you really do love me. You thought about me." Cause like I'm a deep thinker and I'm intelligent. So the things that I do, you'll be shocked. You'll be like, "Dang, how you knew?" I would know what he wanted before he wanted it. He was like, "How you?" Cause I pay attention. I'm very attentive to my lover, and a lot of people are not. It's crazy how you can say you love somebody and love somebody, but you're not attentive to the things they need and want. And I'm very attentive. And then I used to cook for him and his family, and they was like, "Dang, she can cook." Yeah. Run me that, yeah. My mama taught me how to cook. I was cooking at 6. Sorry, ma'am. Those day, I was cooking at 6. And my mama had a little stove on the stove. And I would fry. The first dish I knew how to do was to fry chicken. My mama taught me how to fry chicken, then cook rice, and then cook macaroni and cheese, and then pork chop. Those are the 4 things she taught me to cook. It was fried chicken first. So yeah, I was at 6. I was cooking, even when I was with my grandma, who was really abusive. That lady could cook her butt off. I learned from her too. And then when I was in high school, I went to culinary school while I was in high school because they had a program. And I was doing cooking there too, so I just know how to cook. It was destined for me to cook, and I know how to cook really well. Yeah, it was one of the best experiences. Going to cooking school is one of the best experiences I had in life. When I was younger, it took me up. I love Chef Joe. I loved my classmates that was there. A lot of them, most of the girls were my friends. I had my Puerto Rican friend, my black friend, and I had a white friend. All of them was my friend. My Puerto Rican friend was we was born on the same day, Jared 2nd. And we was like this. That was my bestie. Everybody knew she was my best friend. They was like, they gonna finish each other's sentences. They gonna wear the same color. They already knew they gonna talk a lot. And she was just like, her people from New York, all from New York, and like it go together. It was just like that. We was like that. But she was more of the only difference between me and her was she was more of a pop off type person. I was more reserved and quiet. She was like, you need to pop out. You need to pop out. I'm like, no, what is that? I was just so innocent. I was like 16, 17. A lot of stuff that other kids experienced, I didn't get to experience because I was sheltered, because my grandma was really abusive. So I was in the church house 7 days a week. That's where I was when I wasn't in school, in the church house. So that's just what it was, y'all. And I don't know why God have me sharing this, but he do. And I'm okay with it. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I hope y'all like this video. If you do, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell some more friends to tell their friends. Thanks.